Well, you know, what's remarkable, when I came into office in 2016, we had the highest crime rate that we pretty much had in the history of Hoover. Now you fast forward in the last 8 years and we have the lowest crime rate that we've had in the history of Hoover. Our police officers do a great job. When people come to this city, they feel very, very safe. Our police department and our fire department, by the way, are both accredited agencies, one of the few in the entire country. So we have best practices that we are able to follow. We're funded well. We have the latest in technology, and our folks work hard to solve any kind of crime that's committed in our city. And I tell you, I've always said that you can look at your watch, see how quick they solve a crime. So when I came into office, one of the things that we passed was a comprehensive plan, and it's a roadmap that we follow when you talk about economic development, and it's really served us well. So anytime there's a development in our city, it goes through a process. Just like the Galleria, we are working closely with them right now to see what the future holds and how it fits into our comp plan, how that would be funded. And then for Riverwalk Village is an incredible visionary plan for our city that will transform the southern part of our city. We've seen a great deal of growth on the western side. You're about to see in River Chase that same type of growth, but even better, with walkable communities, new restaurants, new commercial areas, all mixed in with incredible health care.
Safe education.
Well, it's remarkable how well our schools, we are a very large school system, one of the largest in the state, and we perform as good or better than most in the state, and I'm very, very proud of that. So the things that I see the schools facing today, they're not necessarily growing. We're staying at about that 13.5 range. It may jump 100 or 200 either way each year. But what I'm seeing in the schools mainly are more mental health crisis that these teachers are having to deal with. And so I think that is something that is very much on their forefront and on ours in terms of how can we bring in more counselors to help our teachers do those, our teachers and our counselors and our principals address those issues.
Cool. And so Hoover relies heavily on retail, tourism, and public institutions for economic stability, but rising development costs and tax incentives can strain the budget. So, how would you go about balancing and encouraging economic growth while managing taxpayer burdens and ensuring affordability in the community?
So we have an incredible economic development department, and before any incentives are offered or brought before the city council, it goes through a really tough process. It has to prove out the value for our city, and it has to prove out the value of giving incentives back. So that's how we do that, and we've done a great job. When I think about how we've built this economy today, just standing out here, we built this into a $90 million annually economic, let me start over with that. You start over that now, okay? You take care of me. Just looking at this campus right here, the Hoover Met, we've built a $90 million tourism industry, and that's phenomenal. It's helping our hotels, all of these restaurants that are around here, shopping. It just feeds into helping us pay for the things that we need to do every day, like police and fire and recreation and library and all of the other important services that we offer that make sure that our folks have a great quality of life.
And so,
yeah, so we've got a lot of big projects already that we're working on that we need to finish those before we start taking on any other big projects. The National Computer Forensic Institute, that's a $20 million project located in our public safety building. We've got to get the I-459 interchange off the ground. We should bid that out sometime in January. We've got Riverwalk Village that's coming along nicely. Those are all important products that we need to get across the line. But I know that there's a big desire in our city, in our city for a performing arts center. So we want to pull together a working group that can help us move to that next level. We have about $17 million sitting there unassigned strictly for that, and that's a great start. Well, you know, we have a great city. Regardless, our employees do a wonderful job, and they're going to continue to do a wonderful job. Our citizens expect a lot. They pour a lot into it as well, so Hoover will survive one way or the other.
And let me see. To that,
Yeah.
And if you had like a comment or anything to
Yeah.
that.
All of our departments are well funded, even the police department. But you have to manage your household, and that's one thing my opponent absolutely doesn't understand. You just don't have a blank checkbook. And I have to make tough decisions. There's not only the police department, there's the fire department, public works, park and recreation, library. You run throughout the entire gamut. It's a huge budget, and so sometimes you have to make small sacrifices. And I can tell you the sacrifice that we asked the police department to make meant not 1 ounce of difference in the operation, the day-to-day operation.